Hello there, my name is Josh. I own a small 3D printing business called the Commander's Corner. I make small modular command zones for traveling for Magic the Gathering. And this is just an example of the second version I've made. I just wanted to showcase it real quick. It comes in these 5 colors, of course, the standard Magic colors: red, black, green, white, blue. And when it comes to the lid is secured very tightly. It's magnetic. Really wrench on it, it won't fall off. It's pretty sturdy. It comes apart in 2 pieces. It holds 12 20-sided dies. You can put other dies in there, but I chose the 20-sided dies because they are what goes in this command zone. I know a lot of people use 6-sided dies. I'm not sure how many would fit in there, but you could do that if you wanted. Comes in 3 parts here, all magnetic, snap together. This also comes in a left and right hand orientation, so you can have the commander here or the commander on the opposing side, which I'll show you here in a minute. We'll put the case off to the side here. So it has the 3 pieces here, and then there's a magnetic lid that snaps in here, and it has a little indentation. You just slide it out. Explain to you more about this thing here in a minute. It does some extra things for this command zone. And then you have these little inserts. These inserts are all magnetic. They just snap in. You can track commander damage, tokens, food clue tokens, you have treasure tokens, energy counters for specific cards, experience counters, and there's rad counters, of course, for Mothman. Then there's a blank one in here. I'm going to include a piece of white dry erase tape that you can put on there, and then you can write whatever you want on there if you're tracking something else that I didn't think of. Additionally, you can snap this lid to the side of this command zone in case you're running like a partner deck. I have a partner deck that I run, Ukima and Kazur. Just in case. I know that this format is very large and probably takes up way too much space, so I know some people don't like that, so obviously you don't have to use it. You can just stack them or whatever you traditionally would do with them, you could do. Also, you don't have to use it in this format either. You could run it split with a little tracking table here that you can set anywhere on your board state to keep track of your board state, and then your commander can just go up in the corner. It's up to you. It has these little cogs to keep track of the life. They're also magnetic. They just snap in. Snap in just like that. It spins there, and then the dice, of course, like so. Like I was saying earlier, you could have left and right orientations. Here, I'll show you the difference here. Here's another one. This is the opposing one. So this is left, or this one's the right one, and this one's the left one. So they would go on the opposite side of each other. They have magnets that allow them to snap together. So if you wanted to put it in the center of the table, there's also 2 magnets on the top. And if you do the same orientation on the opposite side, you could do 4 in the center of the table and have a tracker for everybody at the table. So say you play at a household with your family and you want to have just a standing set of command zones for when you guys all play together. You can pick out different colors by 4. I'll probably offer a little discount if you buy a 4-pack of them, just because why not. Also, just to give you an example of the size, I'll throw these off to the side real quick here. I use these to travel. I have a pod of friends that we've been playing together for a little while now. I use this little bag. A lot of people use these camera bags to keep track of their decks and move stuff around. It's about the size of a standard deck box, really. I mean, it's probably a little bit bigger than the standard leather deck boxes. I don't typically use those because I can 3D print, and it's just simply cheaper for me, so I use these ones. But just to give you an example of a 3D printed deck box, this is probably about one of the smallest ones you can 3D print with standing cards like this. I mean, it's probably a little bit big. I mean, I'm sure there's smaller ones, but you get the idea. It's form factor is pretty standard. Slides in nice and easy. If you wanted to carry 2, say you're going with your son or something, or spouse or child, and you wanted to take 2 command zones with you and a couple of decks, you could fit it in there. So it fits in most places where you would store a standard deck box. And the only issue that you will notice if you do buy 4 of them, or if you have multiples of them, they don't stick together very well. They'll separate apart because there's a couple magnets that keep these lids on, and there's no real way to orient them so that they don't push away from each other polarity wise. But they stack well. There's no issues with stacking them. It's just side by side. They have a little bit of buffer zone you have to have there. But yeah, the whole idea was for it to be modular as possible and used in different ways, so please feel free to use them however you see fit. And leave me some feedback if you do end up buying one, or just if you have comments here on this video. I'd love to hear any way that I can improve this. That's how I improved it the first time. I posted it on Reddit, and I got a lot of awesome feedback on my initial command zone. And ways to improve it. And all of these improvements that I've made have been from that post. And it's cool to hear other people's experiences with Magic, because I don't typically play at shops as often. I play with my friends, so you know, hearing what other people have to deal with and what they do in shops as opposed to in pods with friends helps me kind of add things that I wouldn't normally think of. Also, I haven't been playing Magic that long, so it helps to hear variations in the rules and things that you know, certain things that I can't track or I shouldn't have in this kit. If you find anything like that, please just let me know. I'll gladly see what I can do about it. And the original command zone that I made in 3D printed, I was selling on Etsy. I'm going to stop selling it physically on Etsy. I'm going to sell the files for it. These ones I'm going to be selling exclusively. They'll also have the ability to have custom details changed if you want, different colors for the lid, the case. There'll be an option to add customization. Of course, I'll add a little cost to the price because various colors are a little harder to get. Sometimes there's going to be a little bit more lead time, and then manipulating the files takes me some time, and it's just a one-man business. I'm just doing this as a passion project. I liked the concept of printing things for the game that I love, so if you have any questions, comments, please leave them, and I'll gladly try to interact and answer any of them I can. And thank you for stopping by and looking at this thing. I hope you get a chance to see one day, or get to play with one, and if you do, let me know. Have a nice day and a wonderful weekend. Thank you.